0 health, crit, bleed proc, at death's door. Makes me mad. A lot of you know that I am a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. I play D&D with my friends very often, and it is overall one of my more enjoyable kind of sit down, grab some drinks, and just have a good time experiences doing a little bit of the role-playing tabletop. I've told numerous stories about it in the past. I'm continually making stories about it because there's always stuff to do with it. It's overall one of the more enjoyable things that I do with my time. However, I had never touched Darkest Dungeon before because one of my DMs put a lot of emphasis from that game into his campaign, so I didn't want to spoil myself on stuff. So I backed off and just didn't play it. No matter how many people were like, Ricky, you gotta try out that Darkest Dungeon. You gotta enjoy those 0 heal, crit heal, bleed procs on death's door. But unfortunately, I never did. Until just in the start of Bricky 2.0. Eventually, the Darkest Dungeon requests mounted up so much that when Bricky 2.0 started, I would stream Darkest Dungeon. And I have streamed Darkest Dungeon every single day since Bricky 2.0 launched. And it is certainly something else. Now, if you're watching this video on Sunday the 26th, I am taking my day off. I don't stream today because I'm doing kind of a 2-on, 1-off type deal with streaming. I think it's a good idea because I stream for longer now, right? I do a 6-hour stream and I do 2 6-hour streams, one and then the other, and then I take a full day off. And those days off are meant to be used to do long day activities or long day videos like these ones that I'm making for the main channel, or just to get some certain things done, like merch site stuff or errands I gotta run, things that I don't have 6 hours to deal with, you know? So I'll be streaming again Monday the 27th. You can check it out right here, twitch.tv/Bricky, to continue the Darkest Dungeon very soon. But until then, I want to talk about my experiences with Darkest Dungeon, because this game is really fun, then really challenging, then ridiculously unrelenting. So naturally, as I play Darkest Dungeon, I name all my characters after mods and viewers over in my stream. So it's a lot of fun being able to go ahead and send X person out to go meet their untimely demise, and then just the chat filled with a bunch of Fs. But so far, I've been rolling with my really solid dream team, which is a man-at-arms, a highwayman, a plague doctor, and a Vestal. The Vestal is without a doubt the best healer in the game. So powerful, so fun. The ability to team-wide heal is amazing. It's just really good, especially when you stack healing add-ons. The man-at-arms is a bro. I like him. He's a big, tanky boy that stuns or posts and just doesn't take much damage. But the highwayman is my guy. Now, my highwayman is named Zada. Zada is a viewer in the stream. And there comes to a point where, you see, I never watched the video Darkest Dungeon is Hard before playing Darkest Dungeon. So when I started vaping hardcore with the Plague Doctor by giving some buffs to the Highwayman, and then, you know, pistol shotting for 52 damage crits, I was starting to think to myself like, this is good. This is good shit. But as I'm rolling through the dungeons and stuff, it becomes just really enjoyable fighting all the different creatures, and the narrator is so good. When you're still not tired of him saying overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, you know he's pretty good, because I would get really tired of that really fast. But I haven't. Overall, the major character design and the kind of adventures that you have is so much like an actual D&D game, because everyone has their own adventure. For instance, there was a poor soul. I don't know how to say his name correctly, but it's like Hesubro, or Hughesbro, or whatever. He was my man-at-arms, level 6, big tanky boy, super powerful. And originally I had sent him against, I'm not quite sure what the characters were, but basically it was a long fight and an experienced high-level mission. And in that experienced high-level mission, stress was building up. A lot of it. And I mean a lot of it. To the point where everyone was nearing 200 stress and was heart attacking. And if you don't know what heart attacking does, it sends you to death's door, which is basically 0 HP. So, good old Hisbro was my man-at-arms, and he was in the front, and he was tanking the blows, and he was doing a good job, but everyone was stressed. Everyone was over 100 stressed. They were all angry, abusive, masochistic, etc., etc., and he had a heart attack. So I healed him. Awesome. He's back. So then he gets thwacked on. Again. Back to death's door. Okay. Goody. So I healed him again. But he refused to be healed because he was masochistic. So because of that, he took another hit, and he dodged that hit. And, you know, my heart jumped a couple beats immediately after that. And then another round came, and I healed him. And then I had another heart attack, back to death's door. And then I tried to heal him twice, and he resisted it both times. And then he died by a bleed proc. And I don't think I have raged that hard in a long time. And that just kind of gets me into all the fun and angry things in Darkest Dungeon. The RNG gods, of course, hate all of us. And while it is a lot of RNG, let's be real, we can turn the tide in this game. RNG is mean, but it doesn't really hurt until the really late levels. In the earlier levels, you know, between levels 1 through 4, you're pretty good, man. You land your shots, you dodge the enemies, you get your hits off. The enemies generally hit you, but the damage isn't horrible because your heals aren't huge yet. And things are solid, you know? Things are moving along, everyone's having a good time. But then you get to like level 5 and 6, and the shit just hits the fan. It doesn't even hit the fan, it takes a meteoric fist and just bops it so hard in the head. It gets insane. And for two reasons, mainly. One is that the RNG gods do start to hate you because they buff almost everything on the enemies. The enemies hit harder, which of course hurts a lot, but the enemies generally have a ton more protection and a ton more dodge. And because they have these three things, you miss your shots way more often. You miss your hits. You miss a lot more than normal. And when you do hit, you don't do a lot of damage. Now, increased protection, I get that. They're tankier. Sure, fine, totally cool. But the dodging really can be annoying sometimes because you give that highwayman that vape juice and you point blank shot a guy with 110% accuracy and then boom, up, they dodge the hell out of it. And then all that setup and all that time just goes away because then your man at arms hits a guy for 5 when he has 60. And then you get to the stress part of the game. And stress might be the stuff that gets me the most in Darkest Dungeon. Now, stress as a mechanic, I get it. You know, stress. It makes sense. It's an interesting idea. And when you hit 100 stress, it's kind of cool, you know, like what's going to happen to them. Are they going to be virtuous? Are they going to be abusive and then attack your friends, or simply be mean and start getting everyone else stressed out, or refuse to be healed because they're irrational? You know, that makes sense. I like that. But heart attacks, I do not like. And it's not even because the heart attacks are intrinsically a bad thing. It's okay. Heart attacks are a bad thing. I know back in the day, heart attacks were a thing in Darkest Dungeon, and you know, that's fine. I get that. I'm sure people were very upset when heart attacks were added, but I don't think it would bug me as much if there weren't so many stress casters. And if the stress casters weren't so hard to kill. Now, every time I see the stupid guy, I go for him immediately. I want to kill him dead immediately, but he's weak. He's weak. When I go in the cove and I see Fiddle Me Timbers dude stressing out my entire party for the entire goddamn session, it starts to bug me. Because that dude has like 50 HP, he dodges more, he backs up more, so I can't hit him with my front line, and he just stresses out people playing his little fiddle consistently. And when I'm trying to do some long mission, I can't pull that stress off. I can't remove it in campfires. I can remove a little bit, not much, and I'm just, once Fetal DD comes back, it makes me upset. And that is exactly what killed my solid man at arms, is because everyone was stressed out, then stressing out other people and ending up heart attacking everybody, and everyone starts dying. It kind of sucks how much stress is reliant as like the main enemy attack type, I suppose. See, debuffers, I get debuffers. Lower your damage, lower your protection, lower something like that. I get that. And then you got that damn dude with the poisonous spores on his shoulders with a big tree trunk, and he just trunks one of you guys for 39 damage. Like, yeah, that hurts, but I get that. But it sucks when Fetal D-Boy is, or boy, is stressing out your entire party, and then you have to constantly manage this while at the same time they start stressing each other out, they do irrational things, and the game just doesn't work the way you want it to. And this entire video got me thinking, Bricky, why are you making this video? What's the point of this video? Is it to vent? Is it to talk about Darkest Dungeon? Is it to advertise your Twitch stream? Is it to advertise your new merch store at brickymerch.com with all cool new designs like the Ruby 8 Ball, a minimalist t-shirt that just came out, the new merch store, the one you can find in the description? Is it for these things? No. Yes. All of them. Sort of. I'm trying to rant about stress mechanic, because the stress mechanic pisses me off. But Darkest Dungeon is the most fun I've had playing a game in a long time. Maybe that's not entirely true. I have a lot of fun playing a lot of games. I really do enjoy playing a lot of different titles. But Darkest Dungeon has scratched an itch. I don't normally like turn-based combat. I just generally don't. And this is fantastic. The art design, the narration, the way the game works, the character design is really, really fun. And apparently the mods, I haven't put a single mod pack on there at all. But someone tells me that there is a 2B mod pack in Darkest Dungeon. A 2B. Not only a 2B skin for the Grave Robber, but a 2B class on its own. And I'm gonna get that ass. I can't stop playing it, and it is so much fun. And also, the Bounty Hunter might be my favorite character. The Highwayman, love him, but the Bounty Hunter might be my favorite. Just because nothing is more satisfying than that point, that mark, and then just slamming for 33 non-crit damage on a melee strike. And just, you know, because he attack, he protect, but he also collect bounty. It's amazing. Some of my fans have been naming characters after me in Darkest Dungeon, and I'm sure a lot of you be thinking, Bricky, wouldn't you be the Crusader? Listen, I like crusading. It's cool and all. I love the Knight faction, but the Highwayman and the Bounty Hunter are more my cup of tea. The Bounty Hunter specifically. He is so cool. I love him. If you're gonna make me anything, make me a Bounty Hunter so I can collect a 56 crit. Until then, I'm gonna keep playing this game. I'm gonna keep raging at stress. I'm gonna keep laughing at my Occultist Rift, Oculus Rift, when he lands that beautiful 0 crit, heal, bleed, proc at death's door. And god damn it, I should have not slept on this game. I do have the Flag and the Shieldbreaker DLC, and I do have the Crimson Court and stuff. I just have not played them yet. If you want to check it out, you know my stream, and you can go ahead and give it a look-see. I'm taking today, which is Sunday, off, but tomorrow we're back onto it, and oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Yeah, we are. But really, collect.